Hello, Oiler Nation. This is Deven Stover here with head women's basketball coach Michele Durand here on Oiler Outlook. Coach, how you doing today?
Great. How about you, Deven?
I'm doing well. Always a great day. Getting ready to head into March here, March Madness. Speaking of that, as the season winds down, so teams are no longer just playing games. They're shaping their legacy for the year. What's one aspect of your team's identity that you hope people remember long after the season ends?
I think that, we were fighters. We fought the whole season. We've run into a little adversity recently.
Yeah.
But I think the girls are still fighting. And, in this last week of the regular season, they're going to fight. And I hope that people recognize the effort that they put forth this season.
Of course, of course. Speaking of fighting, Ashland's always a tough opponent. And at this point in the season, every team is dealing with fatigue. So how do you help your players find that extra gear when their legs are heavy and the season grind is setting in?
Well, it's Ashland, right?
Yeah.
So we got to get up for that game. They actually probably just clinched the regular season this weekend without even playing because Malone got beat. So they're the champion, and you got to go after the champion.
Absolutely, absolutely. And now fans see these game day executions, but rarely they see what happens in the locker room. So what's one pregame or halftime moment from this season that perfectly captured your team's chemistry and resilience that you think?
Wow, that's a great question. Gosh, I'm not sure if I have an answer for that, Deven. We've had a lot of great moments in the locker room that have captured our team. I think, halftime is mainly trying to make adjustments.
That's
and prior
true.
to the game is more just trying to go through the scout and everything that we've worked on for the week for the team. It's a lot of reminders. But I think just overall, I think the best thing is about this team is, again, how resilient they've been all season. We've lost a lot of close games. We've won a lot of close games.
That's true.
Right before Christmas, we had a week where I think we had 4 games in a week, and we won them all. And I think that maybe would define our team. We were very close games, and we were able to get over the hump and get those games. And I think hopefully this week is a defining week to see how we finish.
And those are all fantastic moments. And speaking of moments, there are moments that transcend the numbers. Has there been a particular play or decision that year that you think didn't show up in the box score but was a game changer for your team?
Man, you're getting to good questions today. I don't know. I think early in the year when we decided we did a little more platoon subbing, that was really key for our team to get a lot of our kids involved and have experience in games. We haven't done as much of that recently, but I think what that did for us early was allowed kids to get a lot of experience and really has helped us down the road.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And then about reading the pulse of your team, how do you sense when players need that motivation versus when they need reassurance?
Yeah, another good question. I think it's a feel. Like you got to feel
that
for
makes
your
sense.
team and how you, how they're approaching practice, how they're approaching games. It's a grind, as you know, playing basketball.
Absolutely.
It's so long.
Absolutely.
And so, for example, we had just lost a pretty close game. It was right before we didn't play a Thursday game, and on a Monday, I felt like our team had just had it, so that's when we went and got ice cream.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Like you have to do some of that, I think, during the season where you just do something different, and it changes it up, and it really helps.
Yeah, absolutely. And every season comes with its own surprises, such as getting ice cream. So what's one thing about your team that you didn't expect maybe in the preseason, but now has become a defining part of the team in the year?
I think I wasn't sure. I shouldn't say I didn't expect it, but I wasn't sure how many people we would have contribute to the team. So I think our depth has been really a nice, pleasant surprise, and that kids have stepped up off the bench, and that we've had some really good. I think we've won a lot of games because we've had a lot of depth.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, you have.
We just weren't sure about that before the season started.
And then one more question for you, Coach. With just 2 regular seasons games left, this is where teams either sharpen their focus or maybe fade away. What's the key to making sure that your team finishes strong and carries the right momentum and heading into the postseason?
I think it's just being very intentional, or we're going to be very intentional about that this week. We're going to shorten our practices up. We're just going to do what we need to do and get in the gym, go about our business, get out. I think that will help a little bit. And obviously when you're going into a tournament that anybody can win, and of all years I feel like our conference, even though Ashland has won it and done a pretty good job, I still think they're beatable.
I agree.
And I think anybody can win this conference tournament. So I think that helps us. Like,
Yeah.
it's not so self-defeating, like, oh, Ashland's going to automatically win. I
Yeah.
don't think our girls think that.
Yeah.
I think other teams as well that believe that anyone can win it.
Yeah, and that's a great mindset to have. Well, I appreciate you joining us here today, Coach.
Okay.
Yeah, this has been Deven J. Stover and head coach Michele Durand here on Oiler Outlook.